That works so good.
So here we are, guys, at page C2. Now you're going to have to pay a lot of attention when you're putting a transmission together, and here's why. So here you've got a couple, you've got this pin right here, and it's going into this gear right here. Here's another gear, same idea, and there's a pin, this guy, that's going to drop in here, and it's going to work its way into this gear. Now, both of these gears, pay special attention when you're putting these together, okay? Both of these gears have, on one side, where you see this pin is going to fit in here, one side is square, and on the other side of the gear, it's round, okay? Same thing here. You've got this side, this may be the square side, you don't know, and the other side is round. So what happens is, if the pin is in the square side, there's slop in there, and it makes a lot of sound. And under no load, you don't really notice it, but once you're out there and you're on the rocks, you're crawling around, you're going to notice your transmission going click, 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 click. It's super annoying. So make sure that you rotate this gear and make sure that your pin is in the U-shaped portion. Okay, so that's something that it's not really explained in this manual. Super important step. Don't miss it. So when you get to page step G3 on page 38, this is another part of the build that kind of challenged me a little bit. So this part here, guys, we're pertaining to the micro servos for the dig function and for the, sorry, that light's kind of annoying, the dig function and for the 2-speed. Okay, so you can set your micro servos up here. There are 2 required in the kit if you choose to use them. You don't have to, but this located here is for the 2-speed, and this one here is for the dig. Now, one thing that kind of bummed me out about this kit, and of course I get all the way to this point, and I want to have a 2-speed because I mean, this is going to be used 99% for rock crawling, but that 1%. We live in an area where we've got a lot of really big, long beaches, and I love nothing more than to get a car going as quick as I can, ripping up and down that beach, and you know, get the dog chasing it. So so I wanted my 2-speed to work, and when I went to set this up, and now keep in mind, I've never set up micro servos before. I bought some cheap micro servos on Amazon. They had great reviews, and I bought them, and I thought I was good to go. But this part right here, not included. So not included the servo, not included this special part. Now the bummer is that Axial gives you everything else you need. They give you the top of the servo horn. They give you the spring. They give you the doodad. They give you the screw, obviously, but they don't give you this. Why don't you give me that, Axial? And all I can say is that there's probably multiple multiple teeth splines for these micro servos, but yeah, I guess maybe I'm just being totally ignorant. If I am, just let me know in the comment, but in the comment section. But why didn't they include that? So since they didn't include that, now I'm just running a stock servo horn, and let's see. So here's my 3 servos that I've cooked, and I've modified this little thing, and I've put this servo horn on here, and I've bored that hole out, and I've tried, I monkeyed with it, and I'm just cooking these things. So, I don't know, that part kind of bummed me out, to be totally honest. Pretty disappointed that they didn't include that. I'd really like to know why. Axial does recommend a servo for this application. It's a Spectrum servo, and it comes with that plastic piece that you need. Why the plastic piece doesn't come in the kit is still beyond me. It's bugging me to all hell. The servo comes with that plastic piece that you need to make this whole thing work. Read the reviews on that servo. There are the multiple reviews. I think it's like a 1-star review servo, and everybody's saying that, yeah, I ran it once, twice, 3 times, and it crapped out on me. So it's just kind of, it's disappointing. I'm coming from a TRX4, and I hate to compare, but I'm going to compare right now because I'm coming from a TRX4, which I got RTR, and a year and a half later, my high and low speed I use all the time, and it just works. And it just has to work, guys. Like, it's that simple. These things aren't that fun if they don't work. So really annoying when you spend a lot of money on a kit and then you have to put in a micro servo, which is fine, but then you don't give us a little part for it. Well, then you go to find the part and it comes with a servo only, and the servo is kind of a piece of junk. So it's like, am I going to bother with it? No, I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to convert it to a single speed. And for me, that takes away some of the enjoyment. Part of the reason I bought this truck is because I wanted a 2-speed. You know, I love the truck. Don't get me wrong. I love this truck, but I wanted this truck to be a 2-speed. And I've never used a dig. I've thought about the dig thing. To me, you guys watch my videos where I'm running these things. I don't run them crazy hard, so I don't think I'll need the dig. But knowing the trouble I'm having with my 2-speed servo, no way I'm going to put another servo in for the dig. Like, it's just not. It doesn't make any sense to me. Lock out the dig, lock out the 2-speed. Kind of disappointing. You got a really nice looking transmission. It's just not there yet. It's not polished. And you know, I love this whole package. I love this truck. Don't get me wrong. This thing it's beautiful. Buy it. It's a ton of fun. But just know when you get into it that, you know, this is what you're up against. You're gonna have to buy that specialty servo. I've seen some guys like mock up, you know, different arms and stuff, 3D print them. I don't have a 3D printer. I'm not 3D print savvy. I'm not gonna design files. I don't know AutoCAD. You know, like most of us. You know, I'm just a weekend hobby enthusiast. I want to buy the kit. I want to put it together. I want it to work with what's provided in the box with that price tag that I paid. And so this kit goes outside of that realm. It's just starting to go outside that realm a little bit. So I just want you guys to know. I want my viewers to know. And with everybody out there buying this kit right now, it's really popular. The YouTube market is saturated with videos just like mine, haha, that you know, that are just flooding the market because I think it's really highly anticipated, and you know, it's Axial's next level up, if you ask me. And again, they did a beautiful job with it. It's a gorgeous rig. If you're into this kind of thing, go get it. But a couple little things really gotta, you know, you can't polish everything and recreate this thing and make it so great and then just miss out on some basics, like not include a little plastic doodad for your servo. So you know what I mean? Like, it to me, it's just kind of, it feels cheap to me. It feels like, well, why didn't they include that? It feels cheap. It feels unfinished. And so anyway, rant over. Let's get this thing converted over to a single speed and enjoy it for what it is. And one more thing to add, actually, to be honest, guys. Stock gearing, don't ask me about ratios, but it comes with a 14-tooth pinion. And I'm gonna say that the gear, the speed range with the stock low speed setup is really pretty phenomenal. I mean, I can crawl this thing really nicely over the rocks, and I have tons of control with it. And the top speed, like when I hit the throttle on a 2S LiPo, this thing goes pretty fast. You know, and from everything I've read, second gear isn't that much faster. So at any rate, I wanted second gear, but I digress. It's got a nice combination of low and high. And if I wanted more crawlability out of it, crawlability, is that a word? It is now. Crawlability, write that down. I'll just drop my pinion gear down a little bit. You can go down to 11 tooth, I think, on this thing. So yeah, I would just go down to 12 or something. So at any rate, let's get this thing converted over to a single speed so there's no more issues, no more headaches, and I can save whatever hair I have left on my head and enjoy it for what it is. All right, check it out. Cheers. Another little build tip for you guys while we are here. You'll notice there's no slipper clutch in this thing. So it's set up like a slipper clutch. It's got the slipper pads inside here, but there's no spring. So I'm sorry, I guess it is a slipper clutch, but no, it doesn't have like that preload spring like most slippers do. It just has this plastic, or maybe it's like a nylon washer or spacer. So you know, it works, but the first time I got this thing together and I started running it, it was just spinning. And I tightened it as tight as I can get it by hand. That didn't work. So I'll show you, a little wider angle here. So what I've had to do is, you know, I've got my 1.5 mil, or a 2 mil will even fit, and slide it right inside there. Okay. And that's going to allow you to grab onto the end here and really get it loose. It's one thing to get it loose, but now to get it tight, if you're holding on the spur and you're tightening down this nut, it's not going to be tight enough. You're going to need to do this. Put this guy in here, and that's going to lock up the whole drivetrain so that when you turn this, you can really crank it down. Okay, so just an extra little tip for you when you're building this kit. So right away, open up your transmission, and those are the two gears that are the culprits. So let's take a look, because I've got some clicking going on in mine, and I haven't been in here yet. I haven't opened this up, so I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Oh, there we go. So let me get this cleaned up a little bit. So I'm just using a GoPro here, guys, so I apologize. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is the round side, and this side you can see how it's squared. So we just have to make sure that the round side is the side that's on the pin. Okay. Now what about this cat right here? And I can tell right away that one's good. That's square, that's round. So I had that one correct. With everything apart here, guys, on this cam, this is where we're going to slide on our spacer. So there we go, guys. That I would say that probably took about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Not too bad. Getting this transmission in and out is super easy. Thank goodness for that. And it's definitely the most complex transmission I've seen in a crawler for a while. You know, I'm talking about like Axial Wraith and the original SCX10. You know, this is definitely a lot more of a complicated transmission. So you know, if you've never been into one of these before, it can be a little bit overwhelming at first. So one of the reasons I want to make this video for all you guys getting into it, you know, is going to help save you a lot of time, because I'll tell you, I'm not eager to get back into this thing. I just want it done. I just want it to work, put it in the truck and go drive it till it explodes, or, you know, something else happens. So yeah, so as you can see here, this is the lever for the 2-speed, and now with that pin in there, or with that that black plastic spacer, it's no longer functional, just like the dig. So they're both locked out. This transmission is going to work as a single speed tranny now, and if I want any more low or high end grunt, I'm just going to adjust that with my pinion gear, and that'll be that. Like I said, it's got a nice range of low and high speed as it's built. So truth be told, I'm probably just going to leave it alone because it works. So, but for all you guys out there that are looking for something a little bit lower, you can definitely put a lower, here I'll show you, kind of a neat plate they put on the motor there. So stock, it comes with a 14 tooth, so you use the 14 tooth holes. But if you're going to increase or decrease, you can drop down to an 11 tooth or go as high as an 18 tooth, which is, you know, a nice amount of flexibility there. So that's something to think about. Oh, and while we're at it, yes, a 550 a 550 size will fit. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. I'm going to get this thing buttoned back up and go take it out on the trails later on. Have an awesome night. Hope everyone's staying safe, COVID-free, and get out there, enjoy some RC, keep your social distance, and don't forget to be excellent to each other. Ciao for now.